to the Prince Magnum channel. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to Two Sides of the Same Coin. Today we're going to talk about horsepower. Okay? If you're a fan of this show, horsepower is no strange concept. Okay? And in the process of all of this, we're going to bring on a new character. Bear in mind, this new character is not really a character per se. It's just me having fun. There's only so much I can do with two cats, a wife that's afraid to get on camera a lot, and two old cars that are over 40 years old. I'm sorry, this is the best I got. But eventually we will put other people on camera. But for right now, we're just going to have some fun with this particular episode. If you guys like it, we're going to continue to do it. But in the meantime, before I drag it on, I got this during my birthday back in August. And as you can tell by the time code right down in here, that this is not August, this is December. So, introducing my good friend, Ace. Ace is a Build-A-Bear that I got from the St. Louis Zoo, and from time to time I might throw him in and put a little touch of one of my favorite actors, R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket.
You're not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit. Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn. I am hard, but I am fair. There is no racial bigotry here. I do not look down on niggers, kites, wops, or greasers. Here you are all equally worthless.
So you'll see this throughout this video. And we're going to try to keep this short and sweet because, I mean, there's only so much, this is just going to be a quick video. But we're going to talk about horsepower real quick. Why are we talking about horsepower today? Well, there was a particular guy that basically was coming onto my channel, and a few other people that looked at a very old video of mine a couple years ago with Project Beauty. And they'll mouth and they'll talk smack, okay?
Who said that? Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
Well, let's face facts, okay? These people don't know what it is that I know. They know modern vehicles. But the engines are still engines, and we're going to get to that in a second. Okay, real quick, horsepower. What is horsepower? Horsepower is simply put, if you will, imagine your vehicle being drawn by the amount of horses that it has listed. That's horsepower. Okay, that's as simple as it gets. So in the ramblings of one of my haters, he basically, being the jerk that he is, he did ask a legitimate question. How much horsepower does Project Spirit have? And the answer is, I don't know.
I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
The truth of it is, and you'll understand in a second why. In 1974, November of 1974, Spirit was built, by Ford to prepare for the new model year. And she was listed at 85 horses. But this was not the same horsepower settings that were in 1970. In 1970, they were still using gross horsepower. So those numbers were pretty high. Okay? And then by 1975, they were using net horsepower. Now, I already hear some of you whining. Prince Magnum, what's the difference? Well, hold your horses there, my speed demons in the Maverick Nation. We're going to answer that. Gross horsepower is how much horsepower the engine is putting out, just by itself. Nothing connected to it other than just what it takes to run it. You might even have exhaust manifolds or headers. That's it. Net horsepower is the horsepower that you get at the rear wheels, or in some cases, nowadays, at the front wheels. That's it. That's the difference. So by 1975, they were using net horsepower. So the numbers could be higher. We don't know. There's also another factor. When the engineers sat down at, and design an engine, whether it's at Ford, GM, Mopar, Chrysler, even the old AMC company, even as far back as the old Packard company, wherever, those engineers designed a perfect engine. However, when it went into production, they couldn't keep that engine perfect. So there was levels of tolerance. Now, depending on the engine and things like that, those numbers, it could change a little bit. This is why when you rebuild an engine or do anything, build a racing engine, you oftentimes blueprint it, making it the perfect engine again. Well, Spirit's engine hasn't been blueprinted, so those numbers will vary. That being said, I don't know. I can't answer that question, but maybe one day we will go out there and we'll answer that question. In the meantime, let me put it to you like this. Watch this next clip, and I think you'll get an idea why I don't worry about horsepower numbers. Do you get the idea now? Horsepower numbers, to me, is all magazine jerk-off bullshit. Excuse my language. The truth of it is, I have seen guys that would build a basic stock engine that put out maybe, at best, 275 horses. But then I turn right around and watch guys build, these engines that had about 10 grand in them alone, and then the engine that was built, for 275 horses outruns the one that's got 10 grand sunk in it. Why did that happen? Because the guys spent the time making sure it was put together right. Okay? And they built the car around it. So that's what I'm going to tell you. So to my hater, all you're going by is magazine BS. Horsepower numbers is just a number. And if you want to continue to hate, you can do that. But all you're doing is making yourself look like a jerk. At day's end, you're probably driving a new car that is going to be in a junkyard in the next 5 to 10 years, while I'm out there in a car that's been doing it for well over 40 years and doing just a fine job. We know that she can, that on a good day she can get 64 miles to the gallon on the highway. On an average day she gets 40, and when you throw in in-town driving, it's a little above 20. That is better than most new cars today. Okay, the goal of this channel is to eventually get her where she gets a consistent 50 miles to the gallon, can outrun most new sports cars that are leaving the factory, and still be as reliable as anything on the road and then some. That is the goal of this channel, and to show you all how to do it and maintain them in the process. Spirit will do that. I've been doing stuff like this for years, probably longer than this guy's been out of diapers. So, if you like this, hit that like button. If you're new to watching my videos, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out immensely. And it puts arguments like this to end. Because carbureted engines, I foresee that as this channel continues, we'll make a serious comeback in a different way than we're used to. Stick around. This is going to get real. Another thing that I'm going to impart before I do my usual closing is, as part of the Prince Magnum channel, I do occasionally have some serious nerve, some serious, I have no problem, proving my point, telling people exactly how it is. So kind of a touch of in your face, if you will. We already have the video showing that Project Spirit can do what she does, and does it well. I've even had the nerve, after proving that she can get 64 miles to the gallon on a good day, I even had the audacity to call Ford and tell them that that one of their old cars can do it, and do it better than anything they're putting out today. Talk about some serious nerve. So, if you like that sort of stuff and you want to continue to see this sort of stuff and do it on a budget and all the things, do as I've mentioned before. And as always, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Do something with yourself. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. Remember, hot rodding and romance do go hand in hand. And as always, if nobody has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.